Whoop whoop. Check it out, guys. It's WormConnell007 here, and I'm going to do a bit of a video about talking what's going on with Loomian Legacy, because it looks like nothing's happening, but there's things happening, but nothing's happening, but there's things happening. So obviously I'm trying to get the 1500 subs by the end of the year, guys, so hit the subscribe button if you have not done it. Hit the notification bell, and guys, if ever, all of you can hit the like. If you're a return subscriber again, guys, thanks very much for your support. Always appreciate it. So I want to talk about Loomian Legacy. I'm going to take you kind of bit on Twitter and stuff here at the moment, because I think that's probably the easiest way to take you through this. So let's start with T-Brad's account. So he tweeted out there on the 21st, which was like 8 days ago. He said, took a break one day, don't freak out. Route 8, from Route 8, the prototype and minigame from the winter holiday event, turned out to be super fun, better than clicking pumpkins, can't wait. Okay, so he's basically just said, you know what, I'm kind of working on the minigame. Guys, this is something I want to talk to you about, because at the moment, from the outside, it looks like Route 8 is on the hold tonight. He says took a day break. Just wait for it. You'll see where I'm coming from here, because it is kind of like a continual theme coming through and through. We are on the 29th of November. Tuesday's the 1st of December. Usually the guys, if they have an update, usually give us maybe a week's notice or about 4 or 5 days notice, which means that, do we think there's an update next week? Loads of games are updating on Roblox next week. I'm probably going to say no, unless there's a tweet within the next couple of days. I'm going to hedge my bets and say no, and I'll tell you why. Everything I'm going to show you right now is just screaming Christmas update is going to happen before Route 8. It's just screaming it out. Okay, so there's T-Brad's, right? So that's what his Twitter said. I'll just make it larger. Can't wait. Everybody, 3 hours update, please. Wednesday update. Of course they're going to get tortured. Of course they're going to get tortured. Going to take you through then Lando's. Lando updated on the 24th, so it was 5 days ago. So finished animating some Loomians today. I animate the Loomians in case anyone was curious. The thing is, to keep telling about the job role, it's something I kind of brought up with one of them and just said, you know, obviously we know like T-Brad and Lando are kind of, you know, obviously at the core, but we know there's other developers, but what do they actually do? And I was speaking to one of the developers and we're like, well, what do you mean? Like, everyone knows what to do? I'm like, no, nobody knows what you do. So sometimes you can get stuck in your own bubble. So it's pretty cool, because I've actually kind of detailed what each of them does as well. I'm going to go through a few of the developers, some of them not messing them out on purpose or anything like that, but I'm just showing you what's going on. So obviously Lando actually does the animations, so he's only got a handful left. Hope to get Route 8 done relatively soon, and then jump onto the holiday event. So on Lando's tweet, he's kind of like, I want to get Route 8 done, and then want to get the holiday event. So Lando's is kind of saying we're going to go to Route 8, but when we go through, you'll see what I mean. If we go down on the our hero, so if we go down here, where was it? Was the last? There we go, 24th. I'm building the Loomian Legacy event place as we speak. Christmas tree, Christmas tree, Christmas tree. So again, focus on that as well, which is, it's brilliant, because it tells us, obviously we know that you guys are working hard, and we wanted to find out a bit more about what you guys are doing. Now if I go through to the Loomian Studios, and if you go who they're following, this is a good way to actually find out who's actually on the team. So if we go to like of Roball here as an example, I think it was Roball put the tweet up. Let me see, there we go. Working on the map with Orchestra Cats and Rosalia Streamer for the Loomian Legacy update, upcoming holiday event. So again, holiday event is the core theme. Then what we also got, if you don't know about this, we've actually got a new community manager, which is, I'm gonna pronounce her name wrong, but Sergia, well, she's put down here socially awkward, so hopefully you aren't socially awkward, and from what I've seen, you really aren't. So basically, Sergia or Sergia, I know you're going to tell me, you can tell me how to do it in the comments. She basically said, I asked her on Discord earlier, yesterday, it's like, what are you actually going to do? Like, I'm going to do giveaways and stuff, right? And then just came back with a really good answer here. Hello, if you don't know me, I'm a moderator for Loomian Legacy, but recently I was promoted to community manager in the future. In the future, I will be communicating with the devs in the community. On top of that, we'll be hosting giveaways and more. If you have questions, feel free. 21 hours ago, she just went, hit me. And to be fair, she replied to the majority of people. There's things that she does not know the answer to because she isn't the developer and she's not necessarily seen that yet, which is fair enough. And just kind of went, do you know what? I don't know. Which is perfect because we don't. If you don't know, we can't expect an answer. But there's loads of stuff coming here. As you can see, just kind of just give a heads up there saying don't worry about it. I can do. We'll be getting official tournaments. Not sure, that'll be discussed. So about tournaments. So it's something that potentially could be there. What about giveaways or gleams? It's just like, yeah, well, we're gonna do all of them. So guys, if you haven't checked out our Twitter, it's definitely worthwhile going down. Like a few things I think I said there. Great. What about doing like some fan art or some PvP tournaments? Just like, yeah, if possible. A few other things we kind of put to developers. I asked the developers personally myself. If I go through to here, to be honest with you, the communication from the devs has just been absolutely top class. And I mean absolutely top class. And it's not just as if there's one person coming through. So I raised this one and I thought this was I got a really good response back and really quickly as well, which was awesome. So I don't know the workings of this. So basically my thought process was, do you ever see in the RB battles you got the swords? So basically what I was saying is, can you imagine like you got like say 20 gammas, you got an official badge, and then what happens is you could get like an item for your inventory and you could take it and parade it around in the games and things like that. Because like for example Onigiri, she's Tasuki Onigiri, she has she's like UGC, so she can actually develop items for Roblox. So I thought that was a really good idea. And then I kind of thought, well, do you know what, let's ask the devs. So I just kind of put it towards T-Brad, but T-Brad didn't answer. But I got an answer from a dev, and do you know what? It was absolutely brilliant. If I can find the answer here. Here, boom. So I just said, what, you know, it's just, I said, I don't know the mechanics behind it, but basically, how does it work? And look at that, guys. Now we've got Shypool turning around, who is another developer in Loomian Legacy, in Lamatrain Studios. And he's come back and said that's not something developers have access to at this time. Roblox has not provided the API. Also, just because a developer has UGC access doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to do it. They only get 5 uploads a week. So basically he's just saying it's kind of a bit too technical and we'd have to ask a person specifically to do it for a game. But like this here, like guys, this has just been on-set communication. Shajaya's getting tortured. Sorry about that, but it comes to a job role. But she's done absolutely brilliant to reply back to everybody where possible, even if she doesn't know. She's gone, I don't know, which is fair enough. You know, Shypool's even answering questions. You know, you've got the devs all posting all around. And by the way, I know I kind of dodged this one, but if I go on the Orchestra Cats, by the way, we'll go back to Roballs. He's been, he tweeted out, where was it, last week as well. Again, been working on the event. Boom. Tweeting. Guys, it has been communication overload. So where we've been sitting there going, any chance of, you know, any chance of like any kind of progress in communication, guys, they're absolutely all over it. Every single one of them is doing it. One thing I want to bring up here, and this is actually pretty awesome. And again, I'll always ask a question for you guys. I have no problem answering the questions, and sometimes I can ask it a bit more, yes, not better. I wouldn't say I wouldn't ask it better, but sometimes I can ask it and kind of word it in a way that hopefully it makes sense to people. So this was a big one that came up in the stream. People are saying like, so I always boost coin. I use boost coins and I use roams when I'm hunting. So for example, if I was to hunt right now, right, I would need to hit 6 to see how long's left on my timer, right? But what I'm saying is, imagine you had the timer here, like even the top corner, or up here, wherever it is. It might say Gleam Boost 10 minutes left, Roam Boost 10 minutes left. And do you know what? That would save you time. See if you're a Gleamer or a Roam Hunter. That would be awesome. Do you know what I mean? Those extra, you know, maybe you spend 30 seconds clicking on a boost. That could be 2 encounters. That could be the difference between getting no encounter and getting a Gleaming Nikazuni. Do you know what I mean? So from a player's point of view, that would be awesome. Can it be done? I don't know. But one thing I did not expect, and I was pretty impressed with, to be honest with you, was for example, where are we? I got loads of answers back on this anyway. Let me see, where are we? This one here. Yeah, even Armenti's like, I've suggested this, like, why is it not happening? And you know, even our community manager is just going, yeah, it actually makes sense. So hopefully we can get some weight behind that. I think that would be really good. You know, at the end of the day, this is what Shazia's job is to do, is kind of be the bridge between that. She's actually been really proactive, which is brilliant to see as well. But for me, all the talk from the devs, it's all kind of been about the Christmas event. I'm expecting the Christmas event to happen before Rite 8. It's just what the noise says to me. If Rite 8 comes out, happy days, but that's what I'm expecting, guys. That's what I'm expecting. So if you don't have boost coins or Robux, what I would say is, if you are going to get Robux, get your Robux. But one thing that was raised was the success of the, do you remember the offers that we got in the Halloween event where you got like an ace disc and stuff? The seasonal offer, the event offer, that was raised to the devs. So hopefully they do something along those lines. So get your Robux ready. Event comes, check and see if there's any offers, and let's, fingers crossed, let's hope there is. But guys, I'm hyped for it. I am expecting a reindeer Ikazuni, and how many there is, I don't know. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are. I'm going to leave it off there. I'm WarmConnell 777. Whoop whoop. Keep it country.